Hello and welcome to Bayside Church Online. This is our very last service for 2025 and so glad that you've joined us wherever you are, around Australia, around Melbourne, other nations. It's great that you've joined us today. Joining us today as well is Pastor Kay Braywell. Welcome.
Hello. Good morning.
And Emma Day.
Yeah, I'm here.
So I've got two quiet, shy, withdrawn. So it's going to be a bit of fun today. How was Christmas, Kay?
Christmas was amazing. Really small this year. Just our family, my sister. So really small, really good. But really enjoyable day.
Lovely. Yeah. And the tree still up?
The tree is still up.
When does it come down in your household?
Not until it's traditional, isn't it? On the 10th or something? I don't know.
10th of January?
Yeah,
or the 10th day?
10th, I don't know.
I don't know
really,
either.
Traditional. I just feel like, 1 year I put my tree up and then I take it down and then all of a sudden it's like blink and the tree's back up again.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I don't know, 1 year just seems to roll into another.
I'd just love to leave it up,
Yeah, me too.
If we built our house 25 years ago and we don't have any plans to build another one, but if we ever did, I want a cupboard, a tall cupboard. Where you could just glad wrap your tree, unplug it, roll it in. Tree on wheels.
How good would that be?
Wouldn't it?
I love it. You see it on Facebook every now and then, right?
Really?
With the glad wrap on the tree.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's what I want to do.
So that's a thing?
It's a thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want a pre-lit tree, one that has built-in lights.
You can get those.
You can get
Yes,
them
you
now.
can.
But
You
they're
can.
not cheap.
No. And my tree, my tree's doing pretty well. We bought it just after we got married. It was part of our wedding shopping, which was awesome.
Because you're a bit of a Christmas fan.
Oh my gosh, I love
aren't
Christmas.
You?
Yes,
Yeah.
but my tree is down already.
Wow.
Yeah, I take it down Boxing Day because it goes up after Jimmy's birthday, right?
Right,
so
which is
the
November.
12th of middle
That's
of
right.
November. So
12th of November.
I
Same as
put
my
it up
brother.
literally the day after.
That's
And
crazy.
I love it.
Is this your relaxation on like Boxing Day or something?
Oh, I'm like, Christmas is done, tree's down,
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
clean the house,
I don't
do
mind-
the vacuum.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't
You're
mind
crazy.
packing for a holiday, but I hate unpacking. And I feel like that's the same with the tree. I don't mind putting the tree up, but the thought of taking it down and all the decorations is just
Yeah,
like, oh,
packing them away.
really?
It's a bit of a
Yeah.
drag, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, you take your tree down whenever you want. It really doesn't matter. Or roll it. And maybe you've already got a cupboard.
Yeah,
that
that'd
you
be amazing.
roll your tree.
We'll all be
into.
jealous.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to have a bit of a discussion today. We're going to be looking back over 2025, and then next weekend, Kay and Sandra
And Sandra?
and Carlos
Yeah.
are going to be looking forward
Yep.
to 2026.
Exactly.
So let's do a bit of retrospection, and this is a good thing to do. We encourage you to do the same thing maybe over the next few days, because this is a lovely time of year. I love the after Christmas. Just you take a big deep breath. All of the craziness is over. Those people that annoy you, that you only see once a year, they've all gone.
Have people that are nice to me.
Family.
Annoy us.
and you can just do some stuff for you maybe, and look back over the year and do some reflection.
I love it.
I guess.
Love
I think it's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So looking back, was 2025 what you hoped for or expected? Kay, let's start with you.
I think at the beginning of every year, you look forward and you think, the year is going to play out like this.
Yeah.
And yet it never does.
No. So
And so was 2025 what I expected? Some parts, yes, and some parts, absolutely not. I went in knowing that I had a holiday in July with Luke. It was our first holiday without the kids for a very, very long time. And we had an amazing holiday, relaxing, walking through or trudging through mud at Sapa. We went to Vietnam, and that was incredible. Came back, and the year kind of changed on its axis just a little bit. And so lots of stretching, lots of growing, lots of reflection and self-reflection as well. And so, 2025, I wouldn't say that it was an easy year for us. It was a growing year personally for
I love
me.
the difference there. Not easy, but growing.
Yeah, growing, stretching. And we all know, when we're stretching, it's not necessarily easy. But when you know that it's a stretch with God,
Yeah.
you're going to get through it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Stunning. What about you, Em?
I would say 2025 was a consistent year for me. We, our family has had Jimmy and myself. we've had a few years of pretty hard stuff happening. Bit of grief in there, so it's been hard. 2025 actually, it was a consistent year, which I was very grateful for. Not without its ups and downs, obviously. We always have those.
Yeah.
But consistent is a good word for
Lovely.
2025 for us.
Oh, how nice.
I feel like we've kind of, progressed through the year. It's gone, I don't know about you, but I find that January, February are kind of, slow, and then zoom,
Yeah.
it's gone. So I can't believe that we're at the end of the year.
I
But
know. It's gone
yeah.
fast.
It
Yeah.
has. But good.
I'm with you, Kay. I'm like the whole expectation thing. It's just like, what did you expect? And then every year obviously has a mixture
Yeah.
of great and not so great, and a lot of pretty mundane routine
Yep.
stuff
Yep.
that we all have to do.
Yep.
But this year's been a doozy for us on the personal front. Christy and I are part of what is called the sandwich generation. So we still have a high school aged child living at home. We also have another daughter who's at uni at home as well. And then we have Christy's mum and dad.
Yeah.
So her mum still lives with us. Her dad had to go into a nursing home a couple of years ago. But this year it's just been one thing after another. Christy and I and Trinity had been in Margaret River for 5 days just for a holiday, which was lovely. But we got back and found out that Christy's dad had been rushed to emergency. So we went home via emergency and went in to see George, and he was not looking great at all. In fact, he was lying in emergency, and I sat with him for a while, and he said to me, I think this is it. And so we spent a bit of time
It's really
telling each
tough,
other
right?
how much we
Really
love
tough.
each
Very
other.
hard.
I mean, he's an amazing guy, and I'm so close to my father-in-law. I'm so blessed,
How beautiful.
And I told him how much I love him, and he told me he loved me too. And he said, but I think this is it. So of course he recovered from all of that,
Which is
and
an emotional, roller coaster
Yes.
for us,
Such a
isn't
roller
it? It's
coaster.
just
Totally.
like, oh my goodness.
Well, I remember sitting with him back in the nursing home, and I
Yeah.
said, you remember you telling me that you thought this was it? And he said, yeah. And I said, well, you were wrong,
Yeah,
weren't
we're wrong.
you?
Yeah, thanks for that.
but then he went down the
Yeah.
tubes again, middle of the year. Anyway, the first time at the same time, my mother-in-law had a fall and was taken to hospital and then rehab. And then while she was in Sandringham Hospital, my youngest daughter, Trinity, fell off a horse.
Yeah, that's right.
So one night we had Trinity in emergency downstairs, and I was just going to pop up and see Hazel. So it was all that going on the family front. Was it the year that I expected? Absolutely not. And to be just having all of that in the background and leading Bayside Church and all of that kind of stuff. But same as UK, it's just like, okay, this is stuff gets dished up through a year.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important that we are realistic
Yep.
That's right.
on this. 2026, what's 2026 going to be like? I have absolutely
Yeah.
no
Let's
idea.
just take one day at a time, hey?
Yes. That sounds almost biblical,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah, it does. One day at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
So, but I look back through the year and it's been difficult, but you see the hand of God,
Yep.
the presence of God, the faithfulness
Yep.
of God. And hey, we're still sitting here.
And we're
That's
still
right.
smiling.
Smiling,
Exactly
laughing,
right. Yep.
life's okay.
However, roll on 2026.
Yes, and that as well. And so, did you have a word or a vision for 2025? And if so, how did that play out, Em?
Yeah, my word for 2025 was prophetic. And I've found that this year has been such a, it's been so rich, I think, in that context. So it started out very deep, and I felt like God was speaking to me about digging wells and preparing wells that I can draw from in that space. So throughout the year, there's been opportunities for me to kind of really sit in the presence of God and ask God what He's speaking, and just learn, I guess, more about that, prime the pumps, so to speak.
Beautiful.
And I've really seen God move in my worship really, in terms of the prophetic, which has been really beautiful to be able to bring that to the church in that space. And it's been subtle. I don't feel like I've ever said, "Thus saith the Lord," but I think that
I'm so glad about that, by the way.
yes,
That sounds so 80s charismatic, crazy, you know.
but
Where God only spoke King James.
That's
back in the
right.
day. You know that. Yea, verily, saith
that's
the Lord.
right. But it's been really beautiful to be able to bring the thing that God's been speaking to me into that worship space for Bayside.
Beautiful.
And really see how God is using those words to bring life to people and encouragement, which is what the prophetic does, right?
Yeah.
And I think the feedback from people that have come to the worship nights just really reflect that too.
Yeah.
But not
Sorry.
even the worship nights, Em. You know, I've encouraged you a couple of
Yeah.
times, or more than a couple of times over this year, because you've seen the growth, even with
Yeah.
worship on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
It's like, is this Emma? Wow, man, you've really grown. So, yeah, I love the fact that that was your word.
Yeah.
And you can really see it shining through, which is awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your word?
Yeah, my word, I didn't want my word this year. You know, it's really interesting because I don't do New Year's resolutions.
Same.
And
Absolutely.
the whole word thing when I started on staff for me was a foreign concept. And it was like, well, is a word like a New Year's resolution? Like, what is that? But as the years have gone by, sometimes I don't have a word. But then sometimes the Lord just drops a word in. And it's been quite remarkable to see that play out throughout the year.
Yeah.
So this year, my word was meek.
Me.
And I remember taking it to professional supervision and going, yeah, I don't like that word. I don't want that word, like meek. And I think because like a lot of people, you look or you hear that word and I automatically go to weak.
Yeah.
And
true.
yet it's so not.
It's not at all.
And not at
No.
all. And for me, meek was meek, but with a voice of authority. And I looked at that into how Jesus was meek, but he still spoke with authority. And people listened. And so I've done a lot of reflection, I guess, over the last couple of years on me personal and my personal growth. And it was like, Lord, what does that mean for me? And for me, it was, well, this year you're going to have to speak in authority in some areas, but you need to be able to do it not with a black and white attitude. It's going to have to be with a meekness.
Yeah.
And did I get it right every time? Absolutely not. But I've always had that in the back of my mind this year
beautiful.
going through. And I have had to speak with meekness. I mean, when Sandra's father passed away suddenly throughout the year, I found myself in the community care space.
Yep.
And I had 10 minutes of training with Sandra before she left. And I just went immediately into, oh my goodness, I don't even know what I'm doing here. But with the help of the volunteers and changing some systems and stuff like that, you know, speaking into people who had done the same thing for 6 years, I knew that to speak with them, and people had said to me, oh my goodness, you've changed that and you've cut an hour off the time in a certain area in community care. But the person who's done it for 6 years, who was off on sick leave as well as Sandra, they probably won't change what they've been doing. And so I explained to them what I'd been doing, but with a meekness and a humbleness.
Yes. Beautiful.
And they've changed.
Isn't that wonderful?
And
That's
so
good.
now when they do the pickup food, they've cut an hour off. They're back here at 9:30 instead of 10:30. And I've had some wives of some of the husbands who help with the food rescue going, oh my goodness, I don't know how you did it, but it's great. My husband's now home an hour earlier. And so I've seen it the whole way through, that word meek, and I've changed it from it's not something that is weak, but it's something that you can do with authority
Yeah.
and with a humble spirit as well.
I read a great definition of meekness many, many years ago, and it is power under control.
Yeah, beautiful.
And it's a stunning definition
Yeah, it
because
is.
Jesus, if you think, you know, I mean, you've got God in a
Yes,
human body, right?
exactly.
But all of the power of God was still existent in
Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And so, you know, on the cross, don't you think I could ask my Father and he would send 10,000 angels
right.
to change this situation,
exactly.
to rescue me? But he had the power, but he chose not to use it.
Yeah.
And so that's just one of many examples of Jesus being meek. And it certainly isn't weak.
No.
You know,
It's not.
a weak person would have used the power.
That's
Yes,
right.
exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Just look what I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there
Yeah.
would have been pride in
Yeah.
in all of that as
Yeah,
well,
that's
you
true.
know. So good on you. I love that. And also good on that volunteer for not being proud and like,
Oh,
I've always
amazing.
done it this way and I
Yes.
know what to do and blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
But it's like, okay, you've shown me a better way.
Yeah.
And they had the humility.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad too that they have a good marriage and the wife was actually happy to have her husband home an hour earlier.
Yeah, right. They could
Not
have
on the
actually
phone.
backfired, couldn't they?
Could you keep him out for the rest of the day?
What are you doing?
Why are you back here?
So I tend not to have a word. I normally just pick whatever our word is for or our theme is for the church because that resonates with me anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I just went with fresh.
Yeah, beautiful.
And it was great because I needed to be refreshed many times
Yes.
by the presence of God throughout 2025. It
Yeah.
was so good. What have you learned and or how have you grown this past year? I think we've kind of touched on some of that already, but what would you say? I'll just start with Kay.
Start
Or
with
maybe
Kay.
I should start.
Go.
Yeah,
Kate.
yeah, good idea. You
Yeah.
start.
Why
Let's
don't
just
I
take
How
do
over.
have you
that?
grown,
Yeah, good
Pastor
idea.
Rob?
Mix it
Have
up.
grown.
Okay. So one of the things I've been practicing this year is trying to see life beyond the bubble that I live in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good.
Right? So we all live in a bubble.
Yeah.
And I think even recognizing that is important. So it's recognizing who you are and what you bring. So me, right? I'm an older white guy living in Australia, and not just living anywhere in Australia. We get to live in Bayside, Melbourne, right? So we are very privileged, and it's very easy to see life through that. And of course, our social media feeds just dish us up more of what we're already looking. So if you're looking at a particular narrative on social media, Facebook, for example, will just dish you up more of that stuff.
True.
And it's very easy then for us to think, this is what everyone thinks. This is what all of life is about.
Yep.
And this is everyone's experience.
Yep.
And so I have deliberately gone beyond that this year
Beautiful.
in meeting people, talking to people, asking questions of people who are not me and hearing from them
Great.
and exploring the issues of the day
Yep.
beyond what I think. And hopefully some of that has been reflected on what I've been putting on Facebook.
Yep.
It doesn't always work, even now. And I'm always amazed at the fact that there are some people who can turn literally anything into an
Oh,
argument.
anything.
Absolutely.
Like,
They love
you
it.
know.
Yeah.
But it's been really refreshing.
Yeah, it's
And
great.
starting to see life beyond,
Yeah,
you know.
Love it.
Perfect.
And seeing experiences and things I never knew about. I'll give you just one example before I stop talking, and that is that our dog passed away. One of our dogs passed away a few weeks ago. Murphy, she was 15 and a half, a Groodle, toy Groodle. We never thought she was going to go because they live for, excuse me, they live for about 12 years
Yeah,
normally.
She did really well.
And she just kept on keeping
Yeah.
on. But she finally passed away back in November. And we were talking to our vet, and we had some medication left over for Murphy. And we said, what do we do with this? Can you use it? And she said, yes. She said, I volunteer with an organisation called Pets in the Park.
Wow.
I said, okay, tell me about Pets in the Park, Nikki. And she said, okay, I volunteer once a month. It was started a few years ago by, I think it was a guy who had some lived experience with homeless people who had pets and that they had no access to veterinary care.
Yeah, exactly.
And so now there are vets and vet nurses and other volunteers who, and this operates, I believe, all around Australia, once a month on a Sunday for 2 hours, homeless people can be referred to Pets in the Park
How
Wow.
amazing.
for treatment for their cats, their
beautiful.
dogs, whatever.
That's
So
amazing.
it's legitimately homeless. They have to have a referral. So they have to be either couch surfing, sleeping rough, or sleeping in their car. But they have a pet. And so we donated Murphy's medication.
I love
Wow.
that.
To Pets in
that's
the Park.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And my mind and my experience got a little bit bigger.
True.
More of my bubble burst.
It's
It was
awesome.
like,
And not only that,
Wow.
you're blessing others, right? I
Yes.
mean, you've had a loss, which is so difficult.
oh,
Yeah.
And yet, even during
Yeah.
that, you can bless others.
Absolutely.
And that's just beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's
really
been
cool.
it's been a really great exercise, and I
Yeah.
encourage others to do the same thing. Make it a deliberate
Yeah,
process.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, that's really cool.
enough about me. What about you?
Me, like I said earlier, this year's been it's been a tough year for me personally. Not not so much from a work perspective, well, a little bit as well, from a little bit as in jumping into other people's roles and stuff like that. And because of that, I've had to be intentional with my time, intentional with what I do with my time. I'm a very much a go-getter, thinking ahead, very organised. Sitting still and doing nothing for me, I feel guilty doing that. It's not something that I do naturally. And I've had to be intentional in sitting down and reading a book, or sitting down and listening to what God is saying to me, and being quiet. And I know you laugh at that, both of you, even though
I wanted to,
because
but
I know.
I'm really behaving myself.
I just thought I'd put it out there because I know,
Right there is a modern day miracle. Kay's being quiet.
Okay, being quiet. But I have Wednesdays off work, and there was a couple of Wednesdays later, well, it probably started about August, where Luke was home, and he said to me, "What are you doing today?" And I said, "I'm going to go and paint. I'm going to go and do this and that." And he said, "Well, you're not." And I said, "Well, what am I going to do?" He said, "You're going to go and sit in that chair and you're going to read your book all day." And I was horrified. I was like, "What do you mean I'm going to sit in a chair and read it? I can't do that." And he said, "Well, if you don't do that, you probably won't be working by the end of the year because you're going to be so exhausted." So I encourage you to be intentional with your downtime.
Yes.
Get refreshed
Yep.
so that we are fresh again.
Yep.
And get the energy back that you need to be able to carry on for the rest of the year.
Yeah, very good.
And so I was an obedient wife.
Wow.
I know, that's incredible. I know you find that hard to believe.
First
I
time
was
ever,
actually-
but yeah.
I was an obedient wife. And I did sit there for the whole day.
Great.
And I got up and made lunch and had a coffee, all the rest of it. But since then, my Wednesdays now are my day.
Yeah,
It's almost like my
beautiful.
Sabbath.
Yes.
And it's not just my Sabbath for a couple of hours, it's my Sabbath for the whole day.
Yeah.
And I have found by doing that, I've been able to get so much more done, not just at work, but at home and everything else as well.
Wonderful.
By being really intentional with my time. And that's my word for 2026.
Great.
Actually, is
Intentional.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
And so my growth and my self-reflection in myself this year has been, it's not selfish for me to sit down and have a Sabbath.
Yeah. Great.
So
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good. Em?
Funny, someone preached a great message on Sabbath.
Who was
They
that?
did.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was pretty impressive.
Growth is a funny thing, I think, for me. Well, probably for most people, because sometimes it's really visible, right?
Yeah.
You see tree bursting to life with flowers and new leaves and
Yeah.
stuff, and sometimes it's actually about the root system.
Yeah.
And so for me this year, I feel like with what I shared about my word for this year, growth has actually been in the digging deep, in the root system, in the what I'm putting into my soul and into my spirit and into my body, taking care of things differently,
Yeah.
which has been challenging, but rewarding.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I've seen growth, I think,
Lovely.
for me this year, just in, I guess, my awareness, and also recognizing that what I'm sowing into, whether that be spiritually or in my body or however that looks, it's long lasting.
Yeah.
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 Beautiful.
Very good. I'm going to skip one here because I realise that we're running out of time.
Okay.
But your overall highlight for 2025, I will say two things. Number one is I'm enjoying the health of our church.
Yeah.
I've
Absolutely.
been leading Bayside Church now for almost 34 years.
Yeah.
And I can't remember a day where it's as healthy as it is right
It is.
now.
And you can feel it.
You can.
I said to someone the other day, if it feels like, and this is really weird, but it's clean.
Yes.
Like there's no, I don't know,
Cobwebs.
undercrying anything.
There's
There's
no-
no
no,
undercurrent
it's beautiful,
at all.
isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
It's stunning. I love
So
it.
I'm loving
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm
me too.
absolutely loving that. And on a personal front, the highlight has been watching my three daughters. My eldest daughter, Georgia Grace, has finished her double degree.
Stunning.
So she handed her last assignment
Yay.
back in November. She
Amazing.
rang me
So
and I'm
good.
like, "You've just handed your last assignment in, haven't you?" She's
What a
yes,
joy.
How good is
crying
that?
on the
No,
phone. It was
absolutely.
beautiful.
What a
So
journey.
she's now trained as a forensic psychologist, which is
Amazing.
awesome.
Yeah.
My middle daughter, Paris, has completed her first year of nursing.
Brilliant.
And then our youngest has finished year 11 done one VCE subject and started year 12 already.
yeah.
And and one of the things I'm excited about for 2026 is after 25 years, I will not have a school-aged child. School runs over.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Change of life.
Yes.
It really is. It's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
You're
it
just
must
like,
be.
It's so good.
I said to her the other day, I just took her by the shoulders very gently, looked her in the eye and said, I know you're excited about finishing school. I am more excited.
Yeah.
So there you go. Kay, what about you?
One of my highlights was working within the community care area. Never really worked in that area before. Pastor Christy and I kind of have a bit of well, it's not really a laugh, but it kind of is in that her mercy giftings is really right up the top. And mine is always down the bottom. And she's always said to me, we need to get that mercy up. And I'm going, yeah, but Chrissy, it's who I am. No, we need to get it up. And so we've done this testing a couple of times now, and it's still always down the bottom. And she just kind of gives me the bit of the eye.
Rolls her
You
eyes.
know, she really does. And I support everything that Pastor Christy does. In fact, I take my hat off to her with what she does in the prisons and everything else. So working in the community care area when Sandra was away on the 13th of August, I knew I had 5 weeks of being able to do that. But as I mentioned earlier, Sandra left on, I think it was the 27th of August. Oh no, it was a couple of weeks earlier than what she thought. And
That's right, yeah.
it was like, oh my goodness, 10 minutes of training, and it was just one roster that she'd shown me, of which I never used for the 5 weeks that she was away. And so going out and picking up the food and working with the volunteers in that community care, going to Matt's place in Chelsea and in Cheltenham every week, seeing the volunteers cooking and just giving them the food earlier, changing things around, it really spoke to me. And I remember every weekend, poor church, they probably got sick of me mentioning how much, because you were away as well.
I was.
You came back and you were sick.
Yep.
So I think there was a period there where I was hosting 5 weeks in a row. And so most of my offering messages were about community care and how much we give to other people and how precious that is. And it was just awesome. And the other area which really touched me was while you were away and whilst Pastor Sandra was away as well, was working with Pastor Jimmy. Jimmy and I have always had a really good relationship, but sometimes a volatile relationship. I'm a 1 on the Enneagram, so I'm
And
pretty
he's an
black and
8.
white, and he's an 8. So,
boom.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But we really worked well together.
Yeah.
He was preaching some of the time. I was hosting. We talked and we communicated. And I loved that my friendship with Jimmy just grew. And I saw Jimmy in a different sphere. He saw me in a different sphere. And we communicated and talked about everything together.
Yeah.
And we were in unison together.
Fabulous.
And for me, that was actually one of my highlights of this year, was my relationship with Jimmy Day.
That's lovely.
growing from a work front. I just
Wonderful.
loved it.
He's a good fella.
And if you haven't told him, you just did.
yeah.
I just did. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Beautiful, Kay. That's stunning.
Yeah.
Em?
It's lovely. Highlights. There were quite a few.
Okay, just one.
One, maybe 2. Preaching
Yep.
for the first time at Chelt this year was fantastic. I loved that. And I loved that I was able to sit with the word. It was more nerve-wracking, I think, sitting with it, knowing that that's where I was preaching from, but actually allowing it to ruminate was great. And also I've loved this year how our worship has really deepened. My personal worship has deepened, but as a church, I feel like we've gone to deeper places in God, and going there collectively together is so special for me. Such a joy.
Lovely.
Yeah, they're my 2 highlights.
Beautiful. And then just quickly to wrap up, one thing you're looking forward to in 2026, Emma?
I think just more of God.
Yeah.
I love that there's, no matter what you learn this year, next year, there's more, right?
is,
Like there's
yeah.
so much more to God, and yeah, that's what I'm excited for.
Okay. Okay.
Not that I'm going to share, because we can't. You're going to have to come and hear it when Pastor Rob shares it in the first weekend,
First weekend, first Sunday of February,
is
1st of Feb.
how our vision is going to play out for
Yeah,
2026.
exciting.
I'm super excited about
Yes,
that.
me too.
And I think
It's a watch this space, but it's going to be great.
It is watch this space,
Yeah.
and just seeing what the Lord does with me with that word intentional.
Yeah.
What does that look like?
Yeah.
But
Great.
I'm not going to even preempt that. because, I'm going to start the new year off fresh because it does keep going, and just see where God takes me.
Beautiful.
Great.
I love that. There's some gold in there for everyone. Where's 2026 going to take you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I wrote that down too. The fruitfulness of Bayside Church, our 2026 initiatives
Yeah.
that we're going to be sharing with you on the 1st of February, Vision Sunday. That'd be
Fantastic.
awesome.
Exciting.
Thank you both for your insight.
Thank you.
Great.
Been absolutely wonderful today, and there's so much to glean from all of that. Before we wrap up, I just want to thank you as a church for the way that you have given so faithfully to your church throughout the year. Encourage you to do that. Let's continue to bring our tithe to the Lord. The tithe belongs to Him, the Scriptures said, and we bring our offerings as well. Of course, you can do that either by, cash if you come to Bayside Church, of course, but online via the Tithely app, select Bayside Church Melbourne, or via the Bayside Church website. Just click on the Give or Donate button. I actually can't remember what it's got there. Is it Give or Donate?
I think it's give.
I think it's Give.
Yeah.
The top right-hand corner of the website, and continue to faithfully give to your church so that we can be fruitful in the new year. I'll finish with this beautiful benediction. This is from Romans chapter 8. For I am sure is neither death nor life, nor angels nor rulers, nor things present, nor things to come, which is great, isn't it? Nor things to come in 2026, nor powers, nor height, nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God that is in Christ Jesus our Lord. Have a wonderful new year. God bless you.